بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Verse 68. And your Lord inspired the bees, make your homes in the mountains, the trees, and in what people construct. This is also just a symbol, not a topic of discussion. The time of descent. Several internal testimonies shed light on his descent. For example, the thought of verse 41, as for those who emigrated in the cause of Allah after being persecuted, is clearly shown. At that time, migration to Abyssinia had already taken place. Verse 106. Whoever disbelieves in Allah after their belief, not those who are forced while their hearts are firm in faith. It is known that at that time the persecution was going on with intensity. And the question arose that if a person is forced to say the word blasphemy because of unbearable pain, then what is the ruling on it? Verses 112 to 114. And Allah sets forth the example of a society which was safe and at ease. If ye truly worship Him alone. Your clear indication is that the Prophet, may God bless him and grant him peace. That the great commotion that took place in Mecca after the mission ended with the recitation of this surah. In this surah there is 115 verses which have been referred to in Surah An Nahl verse 190. And the second verse is 118, in which verse 146 of Surah An Nahl is quoted. The proof of this is that these two surahs are revealed in the Quran. These witnesses show that the time of revelation of this surah is also the last period of Mecca. And this is supported by the general interpretation of the surah. Topic and main subject. Diseases of polytheism, causes of monotheism, warning and understanding of the bad consequences of disobeying the Prophet's invitation. And opposition and resistance to the truth and interpretation. Discussions. The surah begins with a warning sentence without any delay. The infidels of Mecca used to say time and time again that when they have denied you and are openly opposing you, why do you not finally face the punishment of God that you threaten us with? He used to treat this as a matter of fact, that according to him, this was the most secret proof that Muhammad, may God bless him and grant him peace, was not a prophet. He said to him, you fool, the punishment of God is on your head. Now do not rush to break it. Instead, take advantage of the little time left and try to understand. Immediately after this the understanding speech begins and so on. Again and again things start coming up. With heart-wrenching arguments and all the blessings of the works of the universe and infos. It is explained that polytheism is void and monotheism is the right. The objections of the deniers are answered by making doubts and doubts. Insistence on falsehood and arrogance against the truth are threatened with bad consequences. These moral and practical considerations are described in a comprehensive yet entertaining manner. Who wants to bring the religion brought by Muhammad, peace be upon him, to human life? In this regard, polytheists are told that accepting God as their Lord was the right thing to do. It is not just an empty acceptance. Rather, it also has certain requirements that should be reflected in beliefs and morals and in practical life. It is said to be the teacher of the Prophet, peace be upon him, and his companions. And at the same time it is also told and what should be their attitude in relation to the resistances of the infidels and the Fridays.